Beautiful people, you are so welcome here. This recording is an offering to you to help you in turbulent times to cultivate a sense of peace. And you're invited just to find any position to come into that feels comfortable to you. Might be seated, maybe lying down. And if you feel safe and comfortable enough to close the eyes, there's an invitation to close the eyes. So just settling in, perhaps pausing the recording until you do so. And then drawing the focus towards your heart. So the heart, which is located to the left of your breastbone. And it might be that you bring a hand onto the heart, negotiating consent with yourself. Once your hand or hands come onto the heart space, just seeing if you can soften, so relaxing the fingers, the forearms, the shoulders. And coming into the vessel of your heart, so the heart as a container. And there may be some sensory feedback. The warmth emanating from your chest or hands. The texture of your clothing or skin. And perhaps there's the heartbeat. And if there isn't a heartbeat that you can detect, invitation to imagine one. And have a sense of your chest and your heart moving in unison with your breath. And the vessel of the heart contains the physical heart, so that beating drum inside your chest. But so too does it contain the emotional heart. And the emotional heart, which helps us navigate our way through this world. A world that contains all of this darkness sometimes, all of this sorrow, all of this collective grief, all of this longing for things to be different. And the emotional heart, which allows us to feel all of the feelings that there are to feel. So our joy, our gratitude, and our more prickly emotions, the ones that are heavier to carry. And the heart has the capacity to feel all of the feelings. But sometimes it's scary to go into the river of our heart. So our emotional landscapes can sometimes be equated to the metaphor of a stream or a river or even the oceans, this flowing state, this flowing landscape within us. And so for us to find some solace or equilibrium as we delve into the landscape of the heart, a reminder that this body that you're touching, your body as it presents itself to you right now, is a representation of the earth. So the bones, the teeth, the blood, the air that we exchange, all the minerals contained within the body are the same minerals that can be found in the layers of salt and rock and crystal underneath the clay of the land. I'm just taking a moment to consider that whatever you're supported by, whether it be the floor or a chair or a bed, is supported in turn by the floorboards in the room that you're in and the structure of the building, the foundation of the building, which is supported by the clay of the land. And all of the elementals that lie underneath the clay of the land are here They're ready always to hold you, to hold your body. Gaia, Earth. I'm taking a moment to consider all that lies underneath your hands. So this intricate web of skin, organs, fluids, cellular systems that are working 24/7 to support you and to look after your physical body. And within the physical body, of course, lies the heart, the emotional heart. And the invitation to take a few deep, nourishing breaths into your heart. Feel the heart fully expand. There's a little pause at the end of the inhale before a clearing breath out, whatever that looks like to you. And again, breathing into the heart and breathing out from the heart. And I have been sitting recently in all of the darkness, the seeming darkness and hopelessness that comes with times of war and times of conflict, times of death. And really considering what I can do myself to emulate the qualities that I want to see in the world. And again, I return to these ancient practices, and I return to all that has come before. So the bodies of work, literature, poetry, everything that's come before, ancestral lines, and all the multiple ways that I'm supported by the earth and all that's come before. And I want to share with you now some words from Donna Hugh, the Irish poet and philosopher. And this is taken from the book Benedictus. As the fever of day calms towards twilight, may all that is strained in us come to ease. May we pray for all who suffered violence today. May an unexpected serenity surprise them. For those who risk their lives each day for peace, may their heart glimpse providence at the heart of history. That those who make riches from violence and war might hear in their dreams the cries of the lost. That we might see through our fears of each other a new vision to heal our fatal attraction to aggression. That those who enjoy the privileges of peace might not forget their tormented brothers and sisters. That the wolf might lie down with the lamb, that our swords be beaten into plowshares, and no hurt or harm be done anywhere along the holy mountain. Just letting those words resonate and sink into the places that they need to be received. And once again, coming back to the vessel of the heart, more nourishing breaths in from the world around us and out. And then imagining that you have a bird's eye view of your body. And you're traveling up beyond the building that you're in, up into the clouds, the horizon, up further and further until you see the curve of the atmosphere looking down on the globe. But having a sense of all that is green and all that is good. All the forests and the jungles, all the fields, all the crops. And likewise, looking down on the globe and having a sense of all of the streams and the rivers, those patches of blue, hundreds of different shades of blue, the oceans, the lakes. Breathing into your heart, having a sense of the perspective of all the greens and all the blues that make up the world when we have perspective, the earth. And then travelling back down through the atmosphere, the layers of clouds, and back to your city, hovering high, and then back to the house or building that you're in, back to your room, back to your body, back to your heart. Taking a long, slow breath into your heart. And I read some words recently that grief is not the weapon. And there's an invitation to breathe out, to offer back through the tissues of your body, back, all the way back to the clay of the land, to Gaia, Mother Earth. Anything that is full of grief, anything that's heavy, anything that's painful, anything that has been weaponized against you or that you used to weaponize, and offering this back to Gaia, Mother Earth. I know that when we collectively come together and we consciously let go of these things, such as they are, we invite the beginnings of alchemy, changing one state into another. So breathing into the heart and breathing out, offering through the hands that rest on the heart anything that is harmful. Let it travel through the tissues of your body and offer it back to Gaia, Mother Earth. As you're ready to, beautiful people, we will draw this practice to a close. And you're very welcome to stay and rest, should your commitments and your environment lend themselves to this. And if you have to, get up and get on with your day. And just taking a moment to notice how you're feeling, if there's any shift or change. And I'd like you to thank you for your time, for being here, for your presence. May this practice help us to be calmer and more peaceful with our thoughts, words, and actions.